ask people to sign NDAs.
Pardon?
Just bottle up everything inside until it just exploded out at once. My mom, she wasn't any better.
figured it would be best to discuss the term sheet in person. Hey, I'm sorry about last night. Did you miss me?